Right guys, surfing now done. Really good day. Had like 2 waves, which in like an hour surf I think, which is not too bad. I'll take that. One thing that I have learned is like I realise that I'm probably not going to be a very good surfer ever in my life. But that's not to stop me doing it. I still enjoy it. It's just quite difficult. You gotta be in the perfect spot at the perfect time on the wave, and then you'll catch the wave at the right time, and it'll be really good. But the conditions need to be perfect. And you see some of the pros out there, like I was speaking to one of the young kids. He's only 13 years of age, the guy who actually found my GoPro when I lost it today. He started surfing when he was 3, and he's lived out here for 10 years, so he's been surfing 10 years, and he is really good. But he was giving me some tips and stuff, but it was pretty cool to meet him. And it's like he was saying, you just gotta read the wave, like, and be in the perfect place, and then that's when you catch it. But these guys are doing it every day, right? Like I don't surf very often. I can ride the wave when I catch it at the right time, but it's great fun anyway. It's amazing, and I do miss it being in Dubai. It's difficult. Like there's a one spot there, and you have to have the like conditions are good maybe once a year, twice a year, so it's quite difficult. And this is one thing that I would like to have on my doorstep, right? I'd like to live in a place where I can just surf if I want to go for a surf one day. It's the end of my trip here. I'm flying out tomorrow evening, so I wanted to do a bit of a review of my whole experience here in Bali and what I think of the place. So just to recap, I came here, Kuta, been here for 3 weeks now. Went up to Canggu, stayed there for 2 or 3 days I believe, and then headed up to Ubud, stayed in Ubud for around 2 days. Then I went back to Canggu because I met some friends there. Ended up busting my ear up with an ear infection, so I stayed there for 4 or 5 days extra, which I didn't intend on doing, but it was just trying to make sure my ear cleared up properly. Then we headed to Nusa Island, we headed to Gili T that next, stayed there for 2 nights. Then we headed to Nusa after that, and then we went back to Uluwatu for 2 or 3 nights, and then we came back up to, well, I'm staying in Seminyak, which is right next to like Kuta and right next to Canggu on the other side, so it's kind of like central. And yeah, I've been here for a couple of nights, well, 3 or 4 nights as well. So yeah, my overall experience of Bali has been very, very good. The weather is perfect. I mean, 10 out of 10 for the weather. It's like 27 degrees all the time. It's only like, it's not really rained, it's just kind of, I seen it once for like an hour rain, like kind of similar to rain, it's just spitting. The rest of the time the sun has been just shining like perfect, like the way it is now. Yeah, weather is unbelievable. Then we look at accommodation. Accommodation is very cheap and also very, very good. Easy to kind of just look on booking.com, book it and go there, see the place. So accommodation, I'd have to rate it like maybe a 9 out of 10, because there was some places that I stayed in that weren't the best, but I mean the price of it, like especially compared to somewhere like Dubai, it's like 4 or 5 times cheaper, right, for what you're getting in Dubai. So that's a 9 out of 10 for me. Then the beaches, and I'll put surfing in with that. I'm gonna have to say a 9 out of 10 again, like really good. So many beaches out here, the whole island's like just basically a beach, right? And yeah, they got black sandy beaches, they got some nice white beaches. If you go down to Uluwatu and like some of the islands, they're just crystal clear white and crystal clear blue. I didn't like some of the places for surfing that had reefs in, because it's like quite dangerous, and I did cut my foot open once. But there's more than enough other spots like we got here in Kuta. There's no rocks here. Also further up the beach to Seminyak and like Canggu, there's also not many rocks there. So you got more than enough choices to find a good surf spot and good places, right? Then we're gonna rate the gyms now. So I've been pretty much training in a different gym every single day. Some good gyms, some not so good gyms. Overall, I'd probably rate the gyms, guys, to be honest, like on a 7 out of 10. The reason I'm giving it that rating is because I was expecting a little bit better. A lot of people talk about how good the gyms are out here, and there is a vast amount of gyms. That like the gyms are literally everywhere, which is a good choice. But then, like, there's a lot of gyms that are not the greatest. Like, I think I'm kind of spoiled living in Dubai. The gym scene in Dubai is the best in the world. Like, they literally have the best gyms in the world there. Whereas here, you got like the more expensive gyms, like the health clubs, where you got like the steam room, the sauna, the ice baths, but they're really expensive. They're like literally £20 for a day pass, which is the same price as like the best gyms in Dubai. But like, you're living in Bali, you know, you don't expect the prices to be like that expensive. But I guess they're just kind of making their money off the tourists that are going to go there. The people that are going to go to them sort of gyms. And if I was living here, obviously the prices are going to be cheaper than paying for a day pass every day, right? You're going to have a decent price for a monthly stay somewhere. But like, I went to a gym yesterday, it was expensive. It was like £15 for a day pass, and they didn't even have a leg extension in the gym, guys. Can you believe that? Not even a leg extension. And that's been the theme. Like, some of the gyms, the equipment is, some is good, some not so good, right? So that's my kind of thoughts about the gym situation. But the health clubs are very good. Like, it's nice to go chill by the pool and so on. And then the last thing that I'm going to rate now, I think, unless I come up with any other things, but I can't think of the top of my head, it's going to be the food situation, guys. So food wise, it's a tricky one. Because obviously I'm a bodybuilder, right, and I'm trying to stay on track out here, so it's difficult. But if you're not a bodybuilder and you're just an average person, you're going to probably say that the food is better than what I'm going to say it is. But overall, probably going to have to rate it like an 8 out of 10, and that's quite a higher rating than I thought I would have rated it. It is a little bit difficult, like trying to find the typical meal prep company spots out here. But that being said, there is some good food, like food options everywhere, guys, and you can use like the Gojek app, or I think there's a Grab called Grab app, and they literally deliver it straight to your door, and it's relatively cheap. But obviously I'm eating 5 meals a day, so even if it's cheap, like £5 a meal or whatever, I'm spending like that every day. Whereas back home, and if I'm in Dubai, I'm like cooking my meals every day, you know, it's like going to be a lot cheaper. But if I lived here, obviously I'm going to have my own kitchen and not be staying in hotels, and I'm going to be able to cook my own food. So yeah, it's just about finding the spots, guys. I think like each area that I went to, I found some decent healthy options, like meal prep, clean options, high amounts of chicken, and yeah, that was pretty good once I found them options, right? Like so I can't fault it once I did find them options. And yeah, the quality of the food, if you go to like the street places or kind of like the local places, the quality of the food's not going to be great. But I tended to stay away from them places. I didn't want to get sick. I didn't want to get the Bali belly, which I haven't got. And I feel like that's down to like sticking to places that like look good, they look clean, you know, more westernized sort of places. And there is a lot of them places out here. But it's just like wherever you go, guys, you got to figure out the spots, you got to figure out the right gym, you got to figure out this and that. And once you do find them options, they will be pretty good. And I didn't have to like look for all these hotel options, the gyms, the food. I didn't have to really dig and look. I just kind of went online, looked at some reviews, and then went and took the risk, right? And overall, most of the food places have been pretty good. I can't fault it. And there's supplement shops out here everywhere, guys, as well, so you can pick your supplements up, no problem. And yeah, overall, could I see myself living out here? Overall rating for Bali, I would have to say it's an 8 out of 10. Reason being I didn't give it any higher rating than that is because as much as it is an amazing place, I love driving the scooters out here, guys, like, but it is a lot of traffic, and I feel like if I was driving them scooters every single day, it probably would start to get tiring for myself. I'd be like, I just want a normal road, I want a simple, I don't want any traffic. So in that sense, like, there is some bad things. Obviously, job opportunities, there's no job opportunities out here. So unless you're earning money online, which I do intend to grow my online business even more, then potentially I could stay here longer, right? But I haven't worked in my in-person PT business since I've been away for 3 weeks now, and that's something I'm looking forward to getting back to Dubai now, and getting back to sorry guys, working with my clients again in person and getting back to work, right? And also getting back to a new like a proper routine where I'm not changing place every day, gym's not changing, food's not changing, I'm eating the same meals, I'm training in the same gym with the same equipment. So I'm looking forward to it. It's been nice to not have that routine and just be free and go wherever I want, and everything's changing. But I am looking forward to, after 3 weeks now, of getting back to that kind of routine place. And yeah, I definitely will be returning to Bali. I feel like it's a really good spot to come for a month, maybe every so often, and I will definitely be returning. I highly recommend it. Thanks for anyone that's followed these vlogs since I've been out here, that's watched along, and yeah, I will be filming some more content when I return to Dubai, and potentially we're going to be on prep when I make a next video, but more on that later. I haven't made any decisions as of yet, but potentially I may be competing this year. But with that being said, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Peace out. I forgot to mention one thing, guys, that I feel like it's worth sharing about this place, and that is the people. I rate them 10 out of 10. The local people are very helpful, they're very accommodating to yourself, and they're just overall really nice, friendly people, and they're chatty, they want to help you as much as they can. And yeah, the people of Bali, and also the tourists that are here, a lot of the tourists have been very friendly. Everyone that I've met, obviously you're all on holiday, so you're kind of happy and in a good mood, but everyone that I've met here, all the tourists, all the local people, I've definitely had a really good experience with. And yeah, they're just really welcoming. I can't speak of them highly enough. The only thing that does piss me off and annoy me is the taxi drivers, the Gojek drivers. They're constantly, when you're walking down the street, scooter, 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 and you say no to them, and they keep asking, do you want a scooter? Apart from them, they're the only people that are annoying, really annoying, and it has pissed me off. But like, I guess they're just trying to make a living, right? So they just want to get a fare. But apart from them, the rest of the people, the experience has been unbelievable.